Alrighty, so we are going to be doing a dog and a cat hugger, shelf hugger today. That's what we're going to be crafting. I'm trying to get this set up over here on Facebook, and then we should be able to start crafting together. And if you are watching on YouTube, the information is in the description. And if you're on Facebook, you can comment the words shelf hanger, because we already have hugger as a keyword, so we can't use the word hugger. So all right, I'm gonna send this on Facebook, and hopefully, let's see, here we are. Share copy. Okay, let's see, let's craft. Hang on. Okie doke. That should be working there. I think. I think. Let's see. Oh, there it is. Okay. It takes just a second. Hello, everyone. Happy Wednesday. It is Wednesday. And it is an amazing day here in Georgia. All right, let me pull this up over on my phone. I don't ever know why it doesn't pick up my password. Okay, so we're going to be crafting new kits. I actually posted them this morning. I have these here. They're a cat and a dog. They're super cute. Some y'all are pet lovers. Anything we have that pertains to a cat or a dog, people enjoy it. And so we are going to do that today. Let me see how I get to where I need to go. Y'all, I'm still learning all the things, trying to keep up with all the stuff. Hello, Jean. Hello, everyone. Be sure to say hello when you join. I have been sitting at my desk literally the entire day. Just the entire day. But I am ready to not be sitting at my desk today. It's just been such a long day. Hello, everyone. Welcome, friends. Hello. Hello, hello. I just took my glasses off my shirt. I forgot about that. I'm like, where am I? What am I doing? Let's see over here. Should be working. Let me turn this down. Okay, so we've got YouTube pulled up. We've got Facebook going. We've got all the things happening. I just need to clean my glasses really quick. They're absolutely disgusting. They are so gross. I have some colors picked out for these. I'm going to try to do a black and white dog, and I'm going to try to do like an orangey type of cat. I don't own a cat, so I'm going to wing it, and I'm probably going to give him some whiskers with our wire, with our little rusty paper coated wire. That's my plan. These are so much fun. And if you did not see yesterday, let me show you what they look like put together. This is the dog, and then we have a bunny, and then we have a cat. So the dog is actually going to come. I'm going to tell you about it here in a second. But this is how the little cat looks, and it sits on a shelf, and it's like a little shelf hanger, shelf hugger. It hugs the edge of your shelf. So this is the cat. And then this is the dog. So super cute. And I was going to tell you, yours is going to come a little bit different if you order this. So when I was doing this, this was actually a shelf sitter that I made into a shelf hugger. So I made the little feet. They were flat, and I made them rounded. I gave it the layers so it could sit on a shelf. And then on the back, I've duplicated the face and put it over the back, and it needs these pieces removed from the back piece, or else there's a gap here. So mine's gonna look like this, because mine has this back piece with this on here, but I marked the X's because these will not be on yours. But you will have the little ears that come over the front, and they kind of lift up off the body, so it's got a little spacer in here, and I'm going to show you how this goes together. It's so super cute. But this is the dog version and the cat version. And so they're just super cute, really adorable. I think they're a lot of fun. I put the flowers on each side You don't have to put the flowers on. You could do something else if you want to. It's completely up to you. But that is how they look. And then there's a bunny version. I'll show you the bunny in case you have not seen that. I did make a post today about these that are brand new. And then let me grab the bunny really quick. And then we're going to get to crafting because it's been a long day. Hello, everyone. You got your taxes back? Guess what I'm going to buy? Craft kits. Shelly, that is the best. Like, guess what I'm buying? Craft supplies. Oh my gosh. This is, oh, sorry. This is the bunny. It's so adorable. And same thing. It's got the little layers. And again, this will probably be cut off of here because I just don't like the way that the gap is here. So these are my test ones that I photograph. And normally when I do these, I will edit the file, but I'm not going to recut these because I already have them cut. So we're just going to craft them the way that they are, but yours will come and it'll look better than mine. I promise you. I promise you. Tomorrow, let me just go ahead and tell you now. Tomorrow, it starts our end of the month sale. It'll be Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and we will be running a promotion for all 3 days. And we try to do that at the very end of the month. And so if you want to hold off waiting till tomorrow, which would be midnight, when I go home today, I'm working on the sales page for the end of the month so that you can see what the promotion is for the end of the month. And that will be the last sale that we do for February, and then we will go into March. So I cannot believe that it is already almost March. But tomorrow does kick off our end of the month sale. So I just want to tell you that if you want to hold off until tomorrow, for any of the new stuff, y'all, I posted a bunch of new things. There's new overall kits. There is new shelf huggers. There is new Easter. There's some new Easter stuff. There's some new like He Is Risen, some faith-based craft kits that released this morning. I worked until about 12 o'clock today from home, getting all the new stuff that I have photographed put in the shop. I still have a bunch of stuff I have to photograph, y'all. I am one person trying to do a bunch of things. So keep that in mind that we have new stuff that we put in the shop today. If you're on Facebook, you can comment the word fresh. It will send you a link to that. If you are on the YouTube channel, there's a link in the description where you can go to my shop. And then in the menu, it says our newest products. You can go see everything that's new there. And but today we're doing these. These are brand new, super duper cute. The wish list has been started, Debbie. That's awesome. That is awesome. Let's see here. Amy says, I have a question for you. Can you tell me how to find your storefront on Amazon? I tried looking for it and I cannot find it. I want to order the beehive stencil. Amy, if you comment the word links, Facebook will send you a message, and it will be a message that just has all the links to everything that I have in the link. It's called a link tree. It's like a landing page for links, and on that link tree page, I will show you what it looks like really quick. Let me show you all the things so that you can just understand. You can also get to it from my shop. So I'm just going to go to my shop, and we're going to, this is an old page, but if you go to my shop and you go to where it says more links, it depends on the device you're on. Sorry. If you're on a specific device, like I'm on an iPad, the menu is going to be across the top like this, and it's going to have little drop downs. If you're on a mobile phone, it's just going to be 3 little lines. People call it the hamburger menu. There'll be 3 lines. You're going to want to go to where it says more links or help center. When you go to the help center, you can go right here where it says Amber's Amazon shop, and you can find it right there. And then everything should be in here. There's a bunch of different idea lists. There's tons of idea lists here. And each idea list has different products. So this says C74 items, C21 items, 230 items. This paint tools and whatever has 300 items in it. Like, I really need to organize this a little bit better. But that is one of the ways that you can get to it super easy. In case you did not know that, let me pull this back up over here. The Help Center has a lot of information in my shop. It says Help Center right there, and tutorials, frequently asked questions, behind the scenes, craft kit information, shipping details, join our email list. Like everything is right here in the help center. Like there, y'all, we provide a lot of resources. And then all of our other things are in the menu there. So like if you want to see the newest stuff, just go to where it says newest and everything will pop up here in a second. And we have released 224 new items this year. And right here is going to be all three of those: cat shelf hugger, dog shelf hugger, and the bunny shelf hugger. The bunny version of the shelf hugger is on sale. I believe it's in the weekly deals. It's possibly in the weekly deals. Yes, so right here is the bunny shelf hugger in the weekly deals. So all things are kind of Easter for this week's weekly deals, and weekly deals are 30% off. So go take advantage of that. That concludes my announcements because, you know, everybody's here to do all the projects and doesn't really want to sit and listen to me do all the things. So anyways, but if you are ever wondering about anything to do with me or the shop, just remember that we have a help center in our Shopify store where you can go find all the things. And I tried to create our website around how I would want to be, like how I would want to find things as a consumer. So just remember, we have a help center. You can go to it. And then if you are even more lost, right down here in the shop is a chat. So I just want to do a little test with you guys really quick so that you can see what that looks like. Let me move this out of the way really quick. So here's my phone right here. And if you write a message, and I'm just going to write in hello. I can't even spell. I'm going to write in hello and I'm going to hit send. And it's going to ask me for my information. If you have an account, please log in before you send a message. But I'm just going to type in my name. And I'm going to type in my email. Let's see, Amber A. Strong. Okay, start chat. And so I just typed in hello, and I just got a notification. I don't know if you can see that right there. See where it says Shopify inbox? I tap that, and right here, I have a conversation. And sometimes it'll auto-generate a reply. But just know that I actually get that to my phone. I reply to these and you can chat with me anytime you need to. I may not be on my phone to be like 24/7 at your service, but I am there in that little chat feature. So just keep that in mind. And then right here, if you are online and I happen to be online, it'll typically tell you. And I can say, see, how can I assist you? I reply and it instantly replies back to you. And so it says a staff member has joined, typical response time varies. And it's just going to tell you, like, sometimes I'm able to chat with you, sometimes I'm not. And if I respond back and you're not here on my shop, you will get a copy of an email. An email response will be sent to you and then you can correspond back and forth that way. But that chat feature is really helpful. And then if you have any other questions, like there's instant answers that we've set up to answer kind of some of your basic questions. You can tap on these. Do you offer international shipping? And it's going to reply with an auto response. So there's some auto replies, but if you ever need help and you're ever lost and you can't find things, first of all, check the menu and then come and chat down here in the little chat box. So hopefully that is helpful. I know a lot of people don't provide that kind of customer service, but that's what we try to do right there. How do you change your payment method? You go into your account and you manage it there. That's how it works. So, you have to log in to manage your account. We don't manage accounts for you, but you can go and manage your account. Alrighty then, let's see here. Let's go back to where we were. All right, so let's go ahead and do this. Let me get my paper so that I can show you. Let's work on the dog first. Let's go ahead and do the dog, and then we will work on the cat. So the dog has a little floppy ears. I'm going to stay however long it takes for me to do both of these. So just know that if you're wanting to see the cat, it'll be after we do the dog. All right. Let's see here. Set it aside. Let's go over this really quick. Like I said, yours is going to come with this base piece is number 1. These 2 little pieces right here will be removed. So it will look like this. It'll just be the little booty and the body with the tail. Okay, so these 2 will not be here. So see how the ears are? This is what I actually did, but I created a second layer. So when I created the second layer, I didn't delete these off. So I did fix the file. So yours will come without those little pieces. But for today, I'm going to craft this. But I thought adding a little in-between layer would be a fun idea to give it some more depth and dimension. So these are numbered. So 1, 2, 3... Then you will have 4 that go on here like this. Then you're going to have 5 that goes on like so. And then your little feet will go over the front like that. And then your little nose. And then you could put your little flower. And then if you need additional support for the back, maybe it's wanting to lean backwards. It shouldn't. I include these little back supports just in case you need it. So... keep that in mind when you're like, what is this for? There's a picture in the shop that tells you what this is for. All right. I'm trying to watch my 2-year-old grandson wanting to nap on your head. Oh my gosh, that's too funny. That is too stinking funny. So this is a cute little puppy dog. And this is what we're going to craft today. Okay. You do not need to paint these 2. You do not need to paint this piece here, but you will need to paint everything else. Every other piece will need to be painted. So I'm going to try and do a black and white dog. Wish me luck because I am not really good at freehanding certain things, but I'm going to try my absolute best to do this. And you could do your dog like your own dog. This is not any particular breed of dog. It's just a little dog with some floppy ears and little whatever. So that is what we're working on today. That is just so cute. Isn't it so cute? It's adorable. So I've got some white. I have some black right here. And then I also have some light mocha, just in case. I have brown, because I think I might do the nose brown. We might do the nose a different color. I have got cotton candy for the little inside of the ears here. And then, of course, we're going to do our whiskers and all the things. So I think it's just going to be so much fun. So let's go ahead and do this. And let's just start with a plate. And I think I'm going to base coat my dog white and then add the black. You have a white dog with black spots. Well, I have a white dog. I was going to do mine white because I have a white Chihuahua. But for the sake of this and just to give it some character, we're going to do our dog with some spots. And I may need to use this here pencil to sketch on, some things. Let's see here. Just to let you know, I'm going to a bad time because I lost a member of my family a week today. Oh my goodness, Claire, I'm so sorry to hear that. Well, I hope that you have a little bit of a better experience here crafting and hanging out with us to take your mind off of those things. But I am so very, very sorry to hear that. All right, so we're going to get our white. Okay, you can wax your dog if you want to. You can use brown paint to create a base coat that's like an undercoat. For my dog, I'm just going to paint the wood as it is, and we're just going to start, from the raw wood. But you could add wax if you wanted to. It's completely up to you. Hello, all the YouTube friends. I can see you on my phone over here. I also have Facebook over here on my iPad, so I can see all of our little crafty people. Y'all, I need to get another white because this white is toast. It is done for. Alrighty, let's see here. I think this one is good. I say that, but it's probably got chunks in it. This one has been sitting here for a minute. Oh, that's a little bit better. This one's more watery than that one. I think that's the one I added water to. All right, we're going to use makeup sponges. You can use a paintbrush if you want. And I'm going to just base coat my entire dog with white. The whole thing. Okay? The whole entire thing. And then we are going to use our pencil to make sure that we do the spots and stuff. All right, so just go ahead and coat the whole thing. I might need to use a second coat. We shall see. Could you see these with a couple of different dogs on a shelf in different colors? I think that would be so cute. I am going to paint this because it's going to show through, because like I said, my wood cutout has that piece. Yours will not. But there's going to be a little gap there and you'll see it. So I'm going to go ahead and add the paint over that. All right, so coat number 1, good to go. Yeah, sorry for your loss, Claire. I'm so sorry. Let's get our little pokey tool so we can go through the little lines on our feet here and clean those out. And y'all know I'm probably going to add little extra details. Just know that. It's going to be very boring looking until the end. And I like to do all the little extra things. All right, there's that one. Let's do the next one. Hello, Sharon. Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. Everyone's gone home for the day. The lasers are off. They are not running. So hopefully you enjoy the quiet background. Hello, Carmela. Hello, hello. We're not painting the nose because it's going to be a different color. I am going to go ahead and do this flower white, even though I'm probably going to paint it a different color. I'm going to go ahead and do that. And then we're going to do our dog head here. Now, I got the light mocha because I thought about adding some, like, you know how some dogs don't have like a fully white coat. It's like, it's like a, I don't know. I don't think there's fur that's actually completely, like, my dog is white, but she's not like white. She has a shade to her of white. So I thought, well, maybe I could add some little bits of details with the light mocha. But we shall see how that goes. All right, we're going to take our little tool, clean out that paint out of all those little score lines. Give it some definition to give us a guideline. And like I said, I'm probably going to add little whiskers. With that wire. Oh my goodness, come on now. My nose will cover that up though. And then I'm just going to pick out these little spots here. They will probably pop out for you. But they're like engraved little things that should pop out. They're just little circles. It takes a second to get them to come out. Oh, come on. There we go. Oh, goodness gracious. Come on, come on, come on. All right. So let's go on and do a second coat really quick. Black ears, tail, and feet would be cute. That would be cute. Absolutely. So your base coat can be kind of messy. It doesn't have to be like perfect coverage, because your next coat is going to go on. Now the reason I'm doing a white base for everything is because when I sand down the black, I want the white to show under like it looks furry. I'm thinking ahead there. kind of like we did our little bunny hugger, little shelf hugger. That's my thoughts for that. All right, little foot. We're gonna need to get creative. He was able to find. Awesome. That is fantastic. Yeah, I ordered some new stuff. I have some stuff that I just ordered behind me that I haven't put in the Amazon shop, but I wanted to test it first. Hello, Diana. So see the little spots in the little cheeks, the little face. And you can paint your edges as well if you want to. It'll give some more dimension to your little dog. Now, the cat's going to be my challenge because I am not really good at the cats. But I'm going to try my best. All right. So once this dries, I'm going to take my pencil and I'm going to come up with some ideas for our little dog. To have some character. Watch on your phone. I did get my new markers. I haven't opened them. That's what I was talking about a minute ago, is the new stuff that I got. They're behind me. Maybe we can do that here in a second. We can look through all the stuff that I got. All right. Everything now has a base coat of white. All right. So, let's try this. Let's try our little dog. And like I said, I'm probably going to add some whiskers with our paper coated wire. I feel like this paint takes a while to dry. You have 2 black and white cats and a mixed color cat. That's awesome. We have a dog. You can usually feel that it's still kind of wet. So the way that I'm going to do mine, just to give you guys a little tip here, the way that I'm going to do my dog is I'm going to lay the pieces over because I want to see how the little stuff is going to show through. So this is going to kind of help me decide how I want my dog to look. Let's see. And then this little flower goes on wherever you want to put it. So this is, look, this is why I didn't want to just do a white dog. I'm like, we need a colorful dog. So I'm going to pull up the internet and I'm going to look up real photos of black and white dogs. Black and white dog. Images. Let's see. So our little eyes, let's go ahead and do this. So we're going to do our little eyes kind of like here. Okay. So we're going to do some eyes. That's going to be where the eyes go. And then let's do our dog with a let's see. So let me just show you what I'm looking at here. Mostly, so let's go back to the top. I just searched up black and white dog. And I'm just looking to see the different features of a dog. And like a lot of them have like the split around like the face. My dog looks like this. So it's more of like a cartoon type of puppy. but I'm looking for something that's kind of like this one has black, brown, and like, I don't know if you can see that. So there's brown and black and white for this one. Oops. Let's see. Let's do, could do yours like a Dalmatian. I think what I'm gonna do is, I really like, that dog is adorable. Look at that cutie. It's so cute. So the thing about like a black and white dog is it's imperfect. You know, it's not going to be a perfect combination. Like, we're going to make our dog look cute. So let's see here. Let's see. Like, a lot of them have the face that look like this. Like, I think we should just do like little patches of like black and white. More like a Dalmatian. So see how this dog has like the spots that kind of look like a cow? I think it looks like more like a cow. Just find your inspiration wherever you like. I think, see how I like the spottiness? I like the spottiness of like a Dalmatian dog. So let's go with some spots, shall we? Let's do a spotty dog. So I'm gonna go right into here and we're gonna do a little thing like that. We're gonna do another little thing like this. We're gonna do another, just like a weird little patch. Another little patch like this. Let's do one like that there, and then let's do kind of like so. Let's do a little right there, and then let's do I think I'm gonna do one like that. I'm not gonna do one over the eye. And then let's do, I was thinking maybe doing our ears. Let's do, I think we will do, I'm trying to decide if I want to do black ears and like black paws. Okay, here's my idea, okay? So I've laid out what I think I want. I haven't decided the ears and I haven't decided the paws. What I think I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and paint all these little spots black, lay it back on here, and then decide how I want to go forward. So I think that's what I'm going to do with my dog, okay? So I'm going to use a paintbrush for this because I got to paint the line. You think black ears? We're going to see how this goes. We're going to paint all of our black spots and we're going to figure out our ears. We don't have to do that right away. We're still planning what we want to do. So let's go from here and let's do our black, shall we? And I think I'm just going to probably use what's in the lid for the moment. So let's set this aside. And let's start with our body. And the great thing is you can erase your pencil and you can do something completely different. So even if I don't get this perfect, it'll be okay. So I'm just going to come through, and even though I put a pencil mark, I'm just going to go right over the pencil and add our little spot. Okay. Let's do the next side. Okay, so let's do this one right here. Let's come around. Need some more. Let's come around. Let's give it some curves so it's not got any sharp corners. It's gonna be so cute. I can already tell. Now, is this actually how spots look on a dog? Probably not, but this is how my dog's gonna look. And I'm just using a paintbrush. Just going right over the pencil. Just like so. I mean, cute. Let's do this spot here. You know what the great thing is? If we don't like it, we can just make a black dog. If it turns out terrible, you just paint it all black. Or you could add brown spots too. You could add little brown details. I think it's going to be fine. So quiet in here. Excuse me. You can get dogs with patches on them. Yeah, you sure can. I just think mine is, it's a drawn out dog, let's be honest. It's looking adorable. Well, I wanted to do this today because it's, you know, I had a lot of people ask for the dog and cat shelf huggers. And so this is kind of what I came up with. And I wanted to craft them so people could see what they should look like. Not that mine's going to be the greatest, but some of y'all have really beautiful pets, and I just have a really basic white dog. She's nothing special in her fur coat. She's just a white powdered donut. And we can always come back in here and add more if we decide that we want to. All right, let's dry this and see how it looks with the front put on here. Top. OMG, look how cute you are. Look at how adorable. Okay, let me add the black onto here. Trying to paint in these lines is very challenging. All right, a little bit more. Definitely need to figure out what we're going to do with our ears. I think if we do our ears all black, it might look funny. Perfect. She needs a name. She's going to have to be a girl dog. It could be a boy dog. Fiona. She could be Fiona. I don't know what else to call her. Fifi. Oh, your dog gets her haircut next week. Yeah, our dog needs to go get her bath and her nails cut. Gosh. She looks like a Fiona. Look at her. She's too cute. Oh my gosh. I think we should continue the spots on her ears. Hello, Susan. Hello, hello. And let's do black paws. I think we just go ahead and do black paws. Do spots on the ears and let her paws be black. Let's do that. Good evening. Good evening, you guys. Hello, Connie. Hello. Welcome, everyone. We're just over here crafting these new kits that we put in the shop this morning. If you were asking and looking for the little dog and cat shelf huggers, this is it. Cute, cute, cute. Hey, hey, hey. Now, hopefully when I sand these and scratch it up, it'll look kind of like a fur. Spots on the ears. Yes, I'm thinking the same thing. Same thing. You're thinking of doing a canvas painting with some quotes, with some wings and a quote on it. Yes. So I am going to be doing a painting next week. And I will share some more information about that. It is going to be an Easter painting. It is not going to be a faith-based painting. It will be Easter. And I don't know what day. I don't know what day yet. All right. Clean these little grooves out. All right, I'm gonna have to paint the edges because I do have white on the edges. But we've got our little feet black. We might have should have done spots on the feet, but for the sake of this, it's gonna be fine. I do want to do a little spot right there, like just a little smidge of a spot, just to kind of balance it out. It's too much. Let's see here. Let's see. Let's do a little spot right here and right there on the ear. I'm just going to do them as I put them on because I don't want to do too much. Oh, that you lost last week. That is a very special thing to do. It's a great way to remember someone. All right, let's do... We'll do a bigger spot on the ear. Yo, I'm just freehanding this. There's no guidelines. So if you get this one, you're going to need to use your creativity to make your dog be whatever it is you want yours to be. And you see I'm just using a pencil and painting really sloppy kind of lines. And then I'm just over painting over the pencil lines. Well, I have to sand the paws still, so they will get they'll get distressed, and there'll be some white that comes through. But we can always add white if we want to. I just want to see how it all looks painted, and then we can go and do the finishing things at the end. So cute. All right, let's do this side over here, and we're going to change up our little spots to be like right here. And then right here. Just a little peak of a spot right there. I'm just using a flat angled brush, and I'm kind of holding it like not flat, but kind of tipping the tip forward. And then let's do like that. Oops. So I didn't technically copy any dog, but I did let the little Dalmatian inspire me. Trying to be careful where I hold my finger. Such a little cutie. You like them kind of dogs? These are just fun. All right, the ears are going to be pink in there. Let's see. I think I'm going to leave this white. And I'll shadow it. I'll give some shading. Let's see. let's do a black nose. Yeah, let's just do a black nose. Hello, Barb. Hello. All you need is a fire hydrant? Correct. Correct. That is funny. All right, let's clean this out. I am going to do my edges wherever the white's showing through, wherever there's black. So I think I'm going to do that. But for right this moment, we're just going to go on to the ears. I just want to clean the black out of my paintbrush. I was not out in the backyard last night, but I am excited for spring to be here and warmer temperatures so that I can sit outside. I love to be outside, but it has been a little too cold in the evenings for me to go outside. Oh, goodness gracious. All right, so we're going to use cotton candy is the pink we're going to use for the inside of the ears. And I'm just going to use what's in the lid. And let me go ahead and take this off of here. And that. We will work on the eyes. I just used a pencil to mark them for right this moment. Let's come in here and do the pink, which you could do a completely different pink if you want. I'm doing a little bit of a drastic pink. Could do a lighter shade. Oh my gosh, so cute. So adorable. I don't have the best line painting. So sometimes I have to clean it up later. My tummy's growling. It's dinner time. All right. So let's see. Oh, goodness gracious. I think I'm going to give some... I'm trying to decide how I want to do the little cheeks here. Looking at my little dog inspiration. Let's see. Give me a second. We're not gonna, she's probably not gonna do a garden because of our soil. She will probably do a raised garden or bucket garden. I'm pretty certain that's what she will probably do. All right. I think I'm gonna leave these here. Actually, I'm gonna make a gray. No, I'm going to go get the Storm Cloud Gray. Let me go grab that really quick. I think I'm going to do a little bit of gray here instead of the just the plain white. But I am going to tone down the gray. And we are going to give it some pink cheeks, and we're going to give it some whiskers too. All right, this is Storm Cloud Gray. It's the Crafters acrylic. And this is what it looks like next to the white. I'm going to take some white and mix a little bit of a lighter shade of gray. So it's kind of softer. But I need to have enough to do the whole thing. So let's do that right there. Let's come around and do gray. I think that's going to be a good choice. And then I'll show you what it looks like momentarily. There's a nose that goes over that little area. Y'all, I almost didn't mix enough paint. Hopefully y'all cannot hear my tummy rumbling. All right, let's dry that and see what it looks like. I think I need to go a little further down. I do. I do. Just a smidge more right there. Let's try it. That looks pretty good. All right, so I like the gray. I like, let's lay it on. Let's see what's happening. Okay, let's get our nose. Let's get our little nose, our little paws. Cute. I think our dog looks adorable. I think it looks really cute. Okay, let me decide how I want to do these little eyes. Oh, that's not the nose. I think lasagna is for dinner. if I'm correct. I think it's lasagna. Lasagna. We need a colored flower. I'll probably do a purple flower. I think that would be really cute. Okay. So now that our dog is done and painted, I'm going to do the eyes after we're done. We're going to do some shading, all the things. And I think it's going to be really cute. And I only did one coat of the gray here. I think that's a good choice. All right, so let's start sanding, shall we? I'm going to get me another piece of sandpaper. Like a new one. And I'm going to clean out some of this. And this one. Still kind of rough, which is fine. And I'm going to do kind of scratchy for my paws. It's not as scratchy as I want it to be. But we are getting somewhere. This is 80 grit. Usually I use 80 grit or 120 grit. Sanding is an option that you can do or not do. It's completely up to you. I think that looks pretty good. All right, let's do this one. This would be a cute kids craft. Because then your like kids or grandkids could like make their own little dog version of whatever they want. I think I might cut these for the girls to do. A red flower would be cute too. Adorable. Adorable. Got a little carried away right there. Get my paintbrush. Add just a little bit of black right back here. Oh, cute. Cute, cute, cute. All right, let's do this one. Now, make sure there's no... So here's what's going to happen. As soon as I start sanding this black, it's going to get onto the white. So I got to be really careful about how I sand this. So let's start with the little cheeks first. Do this side. I only did one coat, so I don't want to do too much. Get my little duster. So when you sand black, sometimes it can cause your white to gray. So just be really careful about that. So you can see where my pencil kind of smeared. Just going to try to clean it up a little bit more. Now, if you do too much, you can always come back in with some white and add in a little bit of white if you need to. Just to touch it up. So it's not perfect. All right, let's do the ears. Kind of already got some of that sanded. I'm going for like a distressed dog. If you like it more clean, skip the distressing. My dog's not perfect, which is what I'm going for. So you can kind of see what's happening. It's starting to wear down and look a little distressed. It's not so, you know, stark colors or bold colors. So I'm trying to sand the white first, then come in and do the black. I think that looks pretty good. All right, you can see the difference in the two now that I've sanded this part versus this other part. I'm going to just do a little bit more. Right over here. All right, so we're looking like this now. I think it looks pretty good. Do the little ears a little bit more. All right, so we've done the nose, we've done the paws. Let's do the body. And then you can just add whatever details you want to add to your little craft. Make it your own. Trying to get the little edges first. And don't forget, these pieces will not be on yours on this number 1 piece. I just didn't want to recut another one. So I'm trying to do the white first, and then we'll do the black. Yo, this is just going to be so cute. I can already see it in my mind. If you get the black, like I said, if you get the black on there, it'll turn your white kind of a gray color. There's spacers. 4 and 5 tell you what order you're supposed to glue them on. I'll show you whenever it's time to assemble it. That's what makes it a shelf sitter, like a hugger on the shelf, so it doesn't fall. It gives it more stability. So now let's lay these little pieces on top. Let's see how it looks. Definitely need to do some right through here. That's better. Much better. All right. And our nose and our cute little dog is coming along. Let me think what color I need to do. I really just want to do a purple flower. Come grip, get some purple. Do you like a turquoise too? We're gonna do purple cow. I'm gonna do purple cow. Actually, I don't know that I like the purple with the black and white. You know, let's do a yellow flower. Let's do a yellow flower with a white center. Let's do that. Now that I'm like, I don't really know that I like that purple. I thought I would like it. All right, I'm going to take some golden straw and I'm going to mix it with some white and make like a light yellow. Not like a bold yellow. Do like a soft yellow. And then we can do like a little white center. Cute. I like it. Okay. Other than the eyes and adding some shading, I think we're really done with our dog. I think it's super cute. So we used, let me just go over the colors really quick. We used black, we used white, we used cotton candy. And the yellow that I used is golden straw, and I mixed it with white. I ended up not using any of these other colors. I did not use the purple. Oh, and we did Storm Cloud Gray. Storm Cloud Gray. These are the colors that we used for our dog. All right. So next, I'm going to use these markers or alcohol markers. I like to use them for shading and stuff. Completely optional. It's up to you what you want to do. Not required, but it's just going to add a little bit of dimension and character. So that's what we're going to do. So I'm going to take this darker color and I'm going to go through this little line here and I'm just going to give it some depth right through there in that little fold. Same here. And right along where the ear meets the head. Same right there. And then right here, we will come back and do that here in a second. So let's go with this darker gray. No, let's go with a lighter gray. In the ear, so right here in this little ear part, you can add just a little bit of shadow. Just kind of right there. Mine's a distressed, so it's not going to look perfect. Like my wood is distressed. It's not like a solid, so those little imperfect areas have got that gray on them. So right there on the whites, right here, and you just dab and smudge. Dab and smudge. And then right around this little area here where the face is, that's why I've not added the eyes yet, because we're going to come in and we're going to give it a little bit of shading. And we're going to come up just a smidge. And then I'm going to sand that back down just a little bit. And I'm probably going to go over it with some white just to give, like, it looks, there's a hard line there, but I wanted to add some gray before I come in with this so it doesn't smudge too much. And then I'm going to come in with this dark color and then we're going to put some white over that so it'll give it a little bit of like definition in the face. It's like the snout area. So I just wanted to give that a little bit of gray. And then come in with this. So now you can kind of see where I did that with the face. So take your little brush, your little brush here, get you some white, and you're almost going to like dry brush over it. So you don't want to cover up all of the gray. You still want there to be some like under shade coming through, but you want to blur it where it's not the same color. So just come through, just give it a little blurring. I'm going to go right over the little eyes too. It's like a little a subtle fade. And we'll come over to this side. Sometimes it's hard to blur with the markers. Now I'm just doing a little bit, just a little dab. That was a little too much. A little much there too. So you can kind of see now how the face has a little bit of like, it's got that line and then it's a little bit brighter and then it's a little more gray. And just blur it. Then we're going to add our eyeballs. So let's get our pen. Where's the pen? It was upside down. So let's do our little circle for our eye. Another little circle. So now we have our little puppy dog's eyes. We have our little nose. And then right through here, let's do this one. On the little cheeks. Just a smidge. Let's do this side. That looks pretty good. Okay. Let's do a little right here. A little fold. We're dingying up our dog. Like, it's been outside, okay? It's been in the outdoors. All right, on our cheeks, we are going to add those little whiskers, but we are going to also add pink cheeks. Oh, thank you. I do a fantastic job. Well, I appreciate that. I try to always show up and do my absolute very best. Takes us forever, but I think in the end, like, most people really do appreciate it. Not everyone appreciates it, but most people do. Perfect. Okie doke. All right, now let's come into the body and let's do our little body. Here's our little head of our dog. Let's do the body. Let's see. Let's do a little bit of that on the tail. Just a little character. right through here. If you add too much, you can always come back with some white and clean that up. All right, I'm gonna take this one right here, I think. And I'm gonna go right, I'm gonna use my pencil to kind of mark where I need to do the shadow. So these little dots here, I'm just going to come through and add a little this way. I find that this gray is a little bit harder to blur. All right, let's see what that looks like. That's not bad. Add a little bit more right through here. And let's put our little dog's face over that piece. And then I'm also thinking I don't want to do anything where the ears are. I'm just going to let it kind of be what it is. But I do want to get my white and just touch up, because it looks a little harsh. I'm going to just touch up that right there with a little bit of the white and try to blur it just a little more. You can see the difference here and then over here. Looks a little bit better. All right. I think that looks pretty good. Okay, so now I think we're done. We just need to finish our little flower here, sand it down, give it a little character, add a center to our flower, and then we'll do our cat. All right, let's get a, I'm just gonna use a little paintbrush probably to do the center of our flower. Just like that. Cute. Well, thank you. We are gonna do the cat next. So if you're waiting on the cat, thank you for your patience. And then we're going to glue this together. And I'll add a little twinkle in the eyes. White pen. Let's go ahead and do that to the little eyes. Let's do some little black dots in our flower. And then we're going to put it together. I'll show you how to put it together. Let's draw through this little line where the tail is. And so, basically the way that this works is everything is numbered. So this piece, if you're watching and you just got here, these little pieces on number 1 will be removed. So wherever you see this curve, these will be gone. So this will just be your body. This is just the test cuts that I did. I didn't want to recut it, so I'm crafting the one I already cut. Yours will not have these pieces here, and I'll explain to you why here in just a second. So you're going to take number 1. Now, the really important thing is that every time you glue a layer, you want to make sure you stand it up so that it is level and like flush. So when you glue number 2 onto number 1, you want to stand it up so that way you know when you set it on the shelf, it's all glued completely straight across the bottom. If you try to line it up, it might be imperfect. You might get it where it tips, and this is the best way that I can guide you to glue it together, glue it and stand it up. Okay, make sure that it's flat, on a flat surface. So we're going to use our glue, and we're going to go ahead and add on number 2 to number 1. So number 2 goes where number 1 is. So add you some glue, place it on here, and then stand it up. And I'm going to stand mine up over here off of my paper. And we're just going to wait a second for it to stick. It does take a few minutes or seconds or whatever. Sometimes it sticks really fast, sometimes it doesn't. All right, so this is stuck pretty good. Okay, so we've got our 2 pieces, and it's leaning a little bit to the back, but that should be okay because I'm going to add the rest of these pieces on. I think it's just the way that my table is. But so now we have number 3 goes on number 2. And so this is where I was telling you, if you see there's a gap here, I don't like that gap, and I don't want to make a spacer to go in here that you have to try to figure out how to glue. I just feel like it would look better if the face sits up off the body so it looks further away, and we just take this off. So mine is going to have this, yours won't have that, because now you're going to have this gap here. So I wanted to create some lift and dimension for my dog. And like I said, you can paint your edges. For the sake of the video, I'm not going to do that today because it'll just take even longer. But I plan, but never do. I plan to come back and do my edges. I know that I probably won't, but you know, it's the thought that counts. So we're going to put number 3 on to number 2. So when somebody asks what are the numbered pieces, those are the different layers and how you glue them together. So you're just going to follow the numbers and glue each one on top of each other. So now we have this one is glued on to the back. So we've got 1, 2, and 3. So here's where we are right now. Now we're going to take, and you can do this way, or this is how I assembled it. You can glue 4 and 5 like this, and then glue them last on top of here. That way you only have to do it like one time. It's completely up to you. Or you can do 4, then do 5, and so on, okay? I'm just going to glue 4 and 5 together before I glue them on. So we're going to put 4 and 5 together. I'm going to stand those up, make sure that they are lined up properly. Let those stick. And then I'm going to do the next 2. And just like so. So we're going to let those set for just a second. And then these glue on top of 5. So this would be 6. It doesn't have a number on it because I didn't want to put a 6 on there because it's the face of it. So we're going to put this on next. So we're going to take and add glue right here. There isn't a number on this side, but this is where 4 goes on 3. And then just stand it up. And then line it up there. And then you can add some glue on this one and do the other side. All right. Now my edges are not clean. I have a little bit of white right there. See if I can get that little spot. I'm a very messy painter. So my dog is now standing up. It's not going anywhere. And now we're going to add the feet to the front here. Okay. So your little lines point down and it's going to glue on just like so. So put this on top of 5 and you can just slide it up over the top of that and that will go on like that. And we're going to do the same with this one. You can slide it on and line that up. And we're going to do our little flower right there on our little puppy dog. And then we're going to glue on our nose. Oh, we need to glue on, we need to do our little whiskers. I'm going to do this little wired twine, the paper coated twine. And I'm going to cut it with some scissors. And I don't want mine to be super long, so I'm just going to come across here and I'm going to do 3 about the same length. I'm not coiling these like I did with the bunnies. Thank you, Christine. I appreciate that. Oh, it's going to fall on the floor. Then I'll use this other half for my cat. So before I glue this on, I'm going to stick on these little whiskers. And I'm going to turn my glue gun on because I'm going to need to use that to attach the nose. Now, do I think that the whiskers could just go here? Sure. Should have painted the spaces. You can paint the edges after you're done. These are the feet. So the feet are the paws are like up front. But when you set it on the shelf, you'll see how it's going to look. You can come back through, like while we're waiting on our hot glue. We can come back through here and grab our black. And we can go over the edges of our paws. And then you can add little spots to this if you want to. So this is, you don't have to paint the face of them because it's just going to get glued over. But just come over the top of this. And like I said, you can add little spots if you want to. For the sake of this, I mean, we're just waiting on our hot glue to heat up. Just paint your little paws. I got it on the face, but it'll be all right. And then you can come back through, like I said, and add your little white dots, like if you want to do on your legs or whatever. But my dog has black legs. So now when we set it on here, you can come back and add little white dots and do like a reversal thing. You could do white legs and do black dots because it's thicker. Like now you have this whole side where you can do whatever you want to with it. All right. Let's see if our glue is heated up. little bit. I mean, not perfectly. It's a really big dollop. But I am going to glue on the little nose. Just like so. Y'all, my nose. This is the fun part. Trying to get everything lined up. And my nose not be crooked. And then I'm just going to pull them forward. So now we have our little whiskers for our little dog. Super cute. All right, I'm gonna go back over the edge. So let me show you. Let me take a picture. I'll put it on a shelf and take a picture so you can see it. I have this little shelf here. I mean, that is just too cute. Too stinking cute. Too stinking adorable. Our little black and white dog. Let's see. Should be able to see it. Alright, so this should be... Alright, sorry, I gotta lean it so that there's no glare. But look at how cute our little dog is. So super cute. So adorable. So our little puppy dog, all done. Alright, now we're gonna work on our cat. So my idea for the cat is like an orangey cat. I don't own a cat, so I can't tell you much about cats. I don't see a lot of cats. I don't know. But I will say this. I'm going to do my very best to make a cute cat. So we're going to do the same thing we did before. Okay. With our dog. But now with a cat. Alright, so part 1 of this video is going to be a dog. Part 2 is going to be the cat. So we do not need to paint this. We do not need to paint this one. Or that one. Or this. You do not need this right there. What you do need is this part. So here is how our cat will look. Just like so. Okay, and then here's a little flower. You can put it on this side. You can leave it off. It's whatever you want to do, okay? So this will also sit on a shelf with all the little layered pieces, okay? So my thought is to do the cat. I have golden brown. I picked a bunch of colors, y'all. Raw sienna. I picked marigold. I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing. I picked persimmon. And I figure we're just going to do like a colored cat, okay? I've got asphaltum, which is like a brown. I have this here, warm beige for like any of the peachy colors. And then I have almandine. And of course I have black. Now, do I know how I'm going to do this? Absolutely not. I'm going to wing it. I'm going to figure it out, okay? I do not know, but I am going to change my plate because I want a different plate. What am I rolling on? I'm rolling on a bag. Grab my phone. All right, so let's look up orange and brown cat. Search images. So this is our pictures of these cats. So I'm thinking we want to do like a stripy cat. So let's do the base coat of our cat. How do I want to do this? I definitely think we need to do an orangey brown, like even like this kind of cat. So we're gonna do layers of colors. That's what we're gonna do. Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna start with my lighter colors. I think I'm gonna start with almandine mixed with golden brown. I think I'm gonna do that because I have no clue what I'm doing here. Yes, we're gonna do the cat next. All right, so let's do this color here. That is too much, I believe. Let's do almandine. You could also use like a light mocha too. This has got more of like a peachy undertone. It's kind of why I picked it. And I'm gonna mix these. And I think I'm going to use a paintbrush. So let's go with this brush right here, which is a 3/4 inch flat. All right, we're gonna start with the back. And we're gonna mix us this color to be like our base color. I think that's a good start. For our cat. I don't know what y'all think, but I think it's a good start. And for our cat, I'm going to go ahead and do the edges because it's probably the best thing to do for what's about to go down. Okay, we're just going to do it. Go ahead along all the little bits. Heck, you could just do your cat this color. All right, let's do this part. And we're just going to do the whole thing because I don't know what's going to happen otherwise. And we'll do our edges too. Cover the whole thing. Let's get our little tool. Go through little edges where the little whiskers are. So there's little lines for the whiskers. You can use them or you can add some more with the little twine. Oh, come on. Sometimes I just cannot stay in the line. add a hand. I don't have very good rotation. Okay, so there's that. Let's do the next one, which, oh, we got to do our edges. That's right. Should have done this for the dog, but, you know, hindsight's 20/20. All right. Fantastic. Next, let's do the little paws. And I think we're just going to do like layering colors. And I'm going to try to do them in like a stripe pattern. I'm going to wing it though. All right, let's do the edges. Now I'm going to have to do the edges of everything else because I don't want to run out of this color and I want it to match. So let's do that one. We did all of that, all right. So we need to do all of these on the edges. And I have just a little bit left here. So I'm gonna try and do the rest of this. If it's not perfect, it'll be fine. And then after we're done, we can add whatever colors we need to once it's kind of glued together. Now, if you have a stencil of like a pattern, you could probably use that too. I don't have that. Kind of like pre-prepping, doing all the things. All right, there's that and that and that. All right, so our cat is looking like so. All right, it's very one-dimensional. Okay, and then we have our little nose and we have a flower here. On my screen, it looks very yellow. In person, it looks very orangey, like an orangey kind of color. So I think what I'm going to do next is incorporate this color here, which is raw sienna. And I'm going to put that brush in there in the water. And we're going to come in with this color. And then we're going to get our asphaltum, which you could also probably use espresso if you don't have asphaltum. And then I still have a little bit of the almandine, or yeah, the almandine right there. And we're gonna make the most of this. Okay, we're gonna do the thing. All right, so let's get us a brush to use. I think I'm going to use this one. It is a number 10 shader, it says, but it's a flat. And I'm just going to come through and I'm just going to do like lines that are random. So we're going to start with our tail. Just going to start adding little stripes. I'm just dabbing. I'm going to stand back and look at it, and I'm like, does it look like stripes? I think it kind of does. So the challenge that I'm going to have is that we don't want to go straight across, okay? We don't want to go straight across. We want to try to create like a curve, okay? So I'm thinking like giving it some jagged lines. Maybe kind of like that. Y'all, I'm winging it. I have no idea what I'm doing. Oh, Christine says yes. Good start. Okay, good. Good. I'm so glad that I'm doing a decent start. Let's flip this over because I'm losing paint. Looks great. Yay! Okay, so hopefully my cat turns out pretty good and y'all like it. All right, and that is what color is that? That is raw sienna over those two colors that I mixed right there. So the almandine and the golden brown. Trying to make it look furry. I feel like the more I do this, the more I'm not liking. I mean, I'm going to trust the process. I need more paint. Oh, it's looking like a cat. Okay. Okay. Y'all, we can do this. We can do this. If you're not sure what to do, just do what I'm doing because it'll come together. I promise. And then you can add like little extra lines kind of like in between. I don't want to do too much because then it's going to look weird. For a tabby cat, you're doing a great job. I just looked up orange and brown cat. And this is, I found an inspiration for a cat. Okay, I'm just going to keep going. Okay, you don't really see anything else underneath that, so. But you do see up under here, like in here. So we need to do like some right through here. And then like more right through there. Perfect. Perfect. It's also looking like a tiger, so we are going to have to fix that. I'm hoping when I sand it down, it's going to look better. All right, so let's let's do, let me look at my cat picture to see how the face is supposed to look. It's like all basically the same. So, so we're gonna go, so this cat here has stuff like lines in the front, and then it has like darkness. So let's do kind of down this way. Yay! I'm starting to get worried. Just gonna come in like this, because it's more splotchy like this on the face. And then we'll come in with our darker color. I know it looks like a mess right now, but we're gonna make the most of it. We're gonna do a good job. All right, and the ears. I'll just go with it. If it's atrocious, it will. I'm trusting the process that the layers are going to make it look good. The next color we're going to do is going to be a darker color. Oh my, oh my, oh my, oh my. Oh my. Oh my. I don't have a paw color. It does kind of look, it does kind of look tiger-like. So let's do... Let's do stripes going up. All right, let's change our color. Lord, come on. Make it happen. All right, so we're going to go in with a dark color. This might be a little too dark. And basically we're going to follow the edge of every one of those things that we just did. I'm not sure how I feel about it. No. Keep going, Amber. Trust what you're doing. It's fine. I'm hoping it's going to look good when I sand it. You love the tail? I feel like it looks so bad. It looks like marbled ice cream, you know? Well, that's what I think. I think it looks like marbled ice cream. I'm really thinking I'm going to sand the mess out of this and it's just going to magically look good. I was nervous about doing the cat because I'm like, oh, I could do a dog. Just do some spots on it and it'll look great. This here, I'm not so sure about. But look at me not knowing what to do and I'm trying. So let that be a lesson for everybody. Just do your best. Truly have no idea what's going on. Oh, come on. Come on, come on, come on. Just dotting with my brush. Can also do our nose like that too. Okay, next, let's do our little ears. Do I need inspiration? Girl, I've already Googled cat pictures. Of course I need inspiration. Well, I'm not super duper stressed about it. I think what's crazy is that, like, I don't typically do certain things. Like, there's certain things I don't really do very well. And animals and furs and, you know, things are definitely like a challenge. And so I'm just coming on and doing whatever I think is going to look good after I sand it down, because that's my solution. Just sanding is going to be the transformation, and it'll just come together. That's the kind of faith I have, because right now does that have grooves to show you? No, girl, that's no grooves. It is blank. It is a blank piece just like this. It's just blank. All right. Let's go around the face. Do the whole little thing, because that's what the picture looks like that I looked at. Darker in the face and lighter in the body. If you if you get this kit and you do yours, I really want to see what yours looks like. We're going to go over this with a lighter color too. Okay, now let's do the little paws. Y'all, this is the cat, in case you have not seen it. This is my inspiration. This is my cat inspo. There's also some kind of grays in there too. This is a base, the base start. All right, now we got to do down here. All right, that looks pretty good. That looks pretty good. All right, and I'm going to come in with the lighter color and maybe a little yellow. This is that almandine color. Just basically, I'm making a orange or brown cat. So this cat has more like white on its face. All right, y'all. We're going to sand the mess out of this thing. All right, let's do a little black. Like a little bit of black. Not a lot of black, just a little bit of black. Oh, I need to clean out my brush. brush, just a little bit more. I know it looks so bad because there's nothing sanded. Y'all just trust the process. Like, I have to trust the process. We're gonna see magic literally happen, I swear. Or at least I hope. All right, so we're gonna do just random little bits of black. And then we're going to do the eyes like a golden color. Get some more black. All right, y'all, we're about to sand this thing. We got to do a little colored nose. The ears are going to be this warm beige color. I'm going to use a different brush for that. So we're going to do warm beige in the little ears. Might have to do a second coat because I got some paint in the ears. Holy smokes. Ooh, buddy. All right, let's see. It ain't perfect, but it'll work. Well, as of right now, the dog's my favorite. The dog's my favorite so far. Okay, nose. The nose. They're kind of peachy, like a peachy pink. So let's do the nose. We're going to do the ears. We will shade them more as we finish it. Is April here? No, I'm by myself. We will do the ears more momentarily. Let me do this pink here for the nose. But we're going to probably add to this pink. This is too pink, but it's a good base. And then we're going to add some dark over it. The noses are not this pink. I do, y'all, just layering colors. All right, so we've got this here. And we're going to take some, let me go get another shade. It is not going to stay this way. Y'all, just hold, please. Hold, please. Trust the process. Typically pretty good about getting the end result through trial and error. Okay, so I'm going to do the edges. We are going to layer over this. Some dark, some light. This cat over here has a pink nose, but then the other cats also have like a pink black nose. It's really weird. So I got to try to achieve that that look. Okay, so do you see like the nose on this? It's like a reddish black. We'll get there, okay? But we needed to go a little deeper. All right, so let's do just a smidge in the ears. I'm going to add some water too. Just dry brushing it. All right, let me get some water. So I'm just putting some water right here, and I'm going to make like a little watercolor, like a little wash. Dab that. And then we're just going to come in and smudge up all we just did. This is watermelon slice. That side over there is a little more pink. And let's take some almandine. top of this. Want a little highlighted area. I am going to sand it, but I just want it to look a little bit better than it does. And then let's take our nose. Okay. And let's do some black with some water. I'm going to go over the whole nose. Just tone it down just a little bit. And then I'll come back in and add a little more to that. Okay, so let's go ahead and start sanding the mess out of this, shall we? So that we can figure out what's coming. Like, what are we doing next? It doesn't look too bad. So the hope is that all the layers really sand down the way that a cat should look. I feel like it needs a little more over here. The more it looks like fur, I think the better it's going to be. All right, so I think it's gonna, I mean, look at our dog. I think it's gonna look like a cat. I think it's gonna look like a cat. Let's just go with it. All right, so let's do our ears. I'm trying to go for a fur look. I know I'm not gonna get there, but that looks better to me than this over here. Completely my opinion. We can come back around and add, like we can get some antique wax or some dark to go around the edges too. Trying to focus just like in this upper area first. And then we got to do our little eyes. Okay. Starting to look a little bit better. Okay, we're just a little shaping. So you have to remember the undercolor here is a little bit softer than in that picture. I mean, it doesn't look exactly like this, but I'm saying like just following the colors where they were. Okay, let's do the little ears just a smidge. I think I need to add some color back there. Sorry, I'm sliding off the little screen there. Let's do some of this orange color right through there. Let's dry it. It's this 80 grit. This is 80 grit. I think that looks pretty good. All right, so now we need to start creating, oh, we got to do our little paws here. Let's do our little paws. It's gonna drive me crazy. You know, here's the thing. Doesn't matter how we get to the end result. If we learn how, like, how we do it to figure it out for, like, other things, that's the greatest part, I think. Is, like, just figure it out. So let me just tell you about my cat that I looked up on Google. This is the cat I looked up. Is this the same cat? Absolutely not. This is a crafted cat, right? I am not trying to create realism here, okay? We're trying to just go with an inspiration. So this is my cat. And this is how we got here, okay? This cat has this nose that looks like this. So I'm going, okay, this is what our nose looks like. So I'm trying to get our nose to look a little bit darker. So we're going to do another layer over that nose so that we can try and get close. Okay, we're going to try to get close to this over here, right? So we're going to get some more black, some more water, make a little watercolor. Dab it off, and we're going to come back in here again, like over the top of this. We're going to come around. And I'm just going to start shaping our little nose. Is it going to be just like it? No. No, it's not. But I'm going to just keep going over it until I get to a point of what I like. And I'm going to sand this again. I'm going to sand it and sand it and sand it and sand it. And then I'm going to layer over this one more time. Now I'm going to try to blur this. Again and again and again and again. All right, let's dry it. We're going to go over it again with another more transparent look of that black. We'll go over it again. So layer it and layer it and layer it and layer it. And then we're going to do it again. Until we get just the right kind of nose. So because I diluted the paint down, I'm just doing like thin translucent layers over the top. But the pink is going to be more in the middle and not on the edges. So, do I love it? Not just yet. All right, now we want to do our edges. So it's good enough for the start of where we are. If you're not wanting full coverage, you can just use like transparent pigmented coatings to tint your base color. So it's pink, but I'm adding it's like a glaze almost. Might be the better way to describe it. It's still pink under there. But now my nose is looking more dark than it was. Okay, so now I want to figure out my eyes. Let me start with, probably not white. Let's start with Start with a black. No, I don't really want to do that. Let's start with a black paint. Okay, I've got my paint on my brush here. And I'm going to drop this down just a little bit. My eyes, I'm going to try to add some golden color to our eyes. They're small. Probably should make them just a little bit bigger. More like an oval. I'm just using the end of my brush. Let's do that. More like an oval shape. All right, let's try this. Oh, hazel might be cute too, yeah. It's true. Let's stand back and look, because I feel like if you're looking from a distance, I feel like it's going to look a little better. I put the paint on a little thick. Okay, so this cat has white, like little white spots. My cat has a lot of dark spots. I want to add some little highlighted areas. So we're going to use our paintbrush with some almandine, okay, to give us little highlighted areas. So we're going to come zoom out, and we're going to come into like our tail, like our little tail area here. And we're going to do like just little highlighted spots. Right here where the tail comes off the body. This is where you just kind of blend it just a little bit. All right, let's do kind of around, let's see, I want to do like right in through here. Like kind of wispy little bits. Just a little. Take that nose off of there. I don't have a lot of paint on my brush. Turned out great. I mean, I think it's pretty okay for my like first attempt at a cat. It's not too bad. But I will say, this is the like I just layered and layered and layered and sanded and layered and layered and layered. Did some more. Alright, so let's see. I'm going to try to go a little bit around the ear. Oh, that's too much. Less paint. I've done a great job. Well, thank you. I mean, I'm not saying it's a perfect cat, but I'm saying it's a cat. It's a cat for sure. Oh, rest assured, it looks like a cat. I think it looks like a cat. Doesn't look like my picture cat, but it looks like a cat. Here's the thing. If you don't know what to do, just try. I think that's part of like sometimes people like leave comments and they'll tell me like, "Oh, you shouldn't be teaching people things because you don't even know what you're doing." I'm like, "That's the whole point." It's the whole point of teaching people is showing people like where to begin, like how to figure it out. And when you don't know what to do, you just figure it out. You do. Find a way. Pictures are only for inspiration. That is true. It is very true. All right, so I'm going to do a little more down here. And this is just a flat angle brush that's got a lot of dried paint in it. So my little inspo cat over here has a lot of little white bits like in the face, around the eyes. We're really trying to like achieve little highlights, little shaded bits. Do a little over on this side, just like on the little like booty. All right, let's get some to go kind of in the little ears. Just a little. Not a lot. My brush is really dry. Okay, so then right like in this little V here, my inspo cat. So my inspo cat has like where the nose is. I mean, there's some dark spots in here, but I want to just add a little like right here. Like right just up underneath where the eyeballs are going to be. Just a little highlight. My cat's aging. It's an aging cat. Just a little. Just a little. Okay, and then on the little cheek parts, I'm going to use the dark. We're going to take and add some dark. Okay, right through here. It's probably a little much, but I can sand that out. And that's just the watered down black. So it's just very watered down. Okay. And then we're going to do right through here. Where the ear lifts off. each side. Ooh, that was a little dark. That was a little too much right there. All right, let's sand that out just a little bit because I feel like that was a little too much. Just want to leave a little behind. I'm just going to go along the edge. Just so that the edge sticks up off of the body. I mean, it's already going to have a piece behind it, so it should be okay. All right. So, let's see how we're looking. Our cat's looking like a cat. All right, we need to do our little paws. So I'm out of my color here, so I'm just going to add a little bit more black, make some more. If you don't have water, like if you have watercolors, you can use like watercolor paint too. So I'm going to come through a little tool. We'll add a little highlight there too. So let's come along the top of our foot. And then we'll come add some highlight. So it'll have a little character. Doesn't look like the other side, but it'll be okay. All right, let's clean that out. Let's get us some white. And then I'm also going to take, it's not white, it's almandine. It's this color right here. Kind of like in between the dark I just added, I'm just going to add a little light. Kind of like that. I think that looks good. Well, if you guys want to check out these shelf huggers, you can comment the word shelf hanger. If you comment the word hugger, it's going to tell you, it's going to take you to the other huggers we have. And this is a shelf hugger. You could just comment the word shelf also, and Facebook will send you the information. If you're on YouTube watching, the information is in the description, and you can find it there. All right, now under our whiskers, I'm going to add some whiskers, but for the sake of our project, I am going to come in with some lighter color, like a dry brush, lighter color. And I'm going to kind of go up along each one of these, kind of underneath. Kind of do that, and then I'm going to take my black and go through the lines. Now the ears, I'm going to take that brush now that I've got that light color out of there, and I'm going to come through with this here, and I just want to go around the ear part. It's just adding some depth to it. All right, I think our cat looks like a cat. Okay. Looks good to me. All right. Now I'm going to take this black here and go through where the tail is. Here is our nose. I am going to sand the nose just a little bit, but I don't want to use that one. I'm going to use a lighter grit. And I'm just going to go over it. Our nose looks pretty good. All right. I'm going to try to do the little twinkle in a yellow for the eyes. I'm not going to do it quite like a cat, but this is where we are. All right, so I think I'm going to do my flower. I think I'm going to do my flower a I think I'm going to do my flower can't decide. I'm going to do it a white. I'm going to do it like bright white, and then we'll tone it down because I want it to be like a little daisy flower. I think our cat looks like a cat. Could it be better? Sure. Is this the best we got? Absolutely. This took far longer than I anticipated. But I said I was going to stay here and get them both done until they're done. I'm only going to do one coat. Then we'll sand it and do a yellow center. Of course, not perfect, but it's a great match. This is Marigold. We ended up not using this for the cat, but we are going to use it for our flower. Okay. I'll have an absolute mess. It's such a mess. I need to figure out what I'm going to do about the eye. I think we might leave our cat's eyes black. That's cute. Where's my little pokey tool? Alrighty, let's see here. I have some yellow. I just don't know how I feel about that. I'm trying to do a wash. Like a yellow wash, maybe over the black. Some water. Feeling it's gonna run. No, it's gonna do nothing. I'm doing my best. I don't know that I love that. At all. It looks like a zombie cat. I'm not a fan. I don't like the eyes. Let's go back to black. Let's go back to black. And let's just do black eyes. Black eyes. Yes, Christine. I'm right there with you. Absolutely. Black eyes it is. Let's do that. Just not a fan. If I was a better artist, maybe, but nah. Just go with black eyes and we'll add a little twinkle. That's better. All right, let's dry it. Okay, let's put it together, everyone. Let's assemble. Move all the this stuff out of the way. Black is better. I agree. Right there with you. All right. All right, we got to decide. I think we're going to add the little whiskers too. So let's take this off of here. Clean up our mess. At least a little bit. All right. So it's time to assemble. And then we will see how our cat and dog turned out. It came out good. Hello, everyone. I see you guys on YouTube. So sorry. I was in the zone focusing on trying to make my cat a better cat. But thank you guys for being here. We did the dog first. We did our doggy first, and then we did our cat. So this is numbered. So there's 1, then 2. It's just like the dog. So 1, 2. This is 3 right here. Number 3, and then you have your little spacers for the feet, which is 4 and 5, and then the feet is actually 6, okay? So just keep that in mind. And you want to add glue and then make sure it's standing upright so that it will sit on and hang off of a shelf. So we're going to put this on and hold it till it dries. Turned out really good. Thank you. Y'all, was nervous. I'm like, I've never done this before. Let's figure it out. Thank you, Jean. Thank you, thank you. All right, next layer. Glue and stand. Glue and stand, glue and stand. All right, next is 4 and 5. So like I said with the dog, you can add 4 on, glue it, add 5 on, glue it. You can do that. I'm just going to glue these 2 together, and then I'm going to glue them on together. So we're going to stand it up. Let that stick, and then we're going to do these 2. So 4 and 5 go together. And then there's our little feet. We'll give them just a second. Our little nose turned out really, I think our nose turned out pretty good. Might want to do a little more on the edge. Let me get my other sandpaper. Just a little. Let's see how that looks. I think that looks a little bit better. Y'all, my chair is super squeaky today. All right, these are glued. So this one doesn't have a number on it, but it does. This goes on this side. The other one goes on this side. So we're going to stick this on here. And glue it on. And then we're going to put the next one on. This way, if you glue and stand, you're sure that you're sure that it's going to stand up and be level. All right, so now this is how it should look. So now you've got your layers that you're building, and your cat's starting to stand. Now we want to get the feet on for what's going to hang over the shelf. Okay. If you add a little too much, you can always Sand that out. Just a little. So we're going to add the glue here. And then make sure that the little lines are pointing down. And then slide your foot up. Make sure it's going to line up on the edge. This is going to look so cute next to our dog over there. Adorable. Absolutely adorable. Okay, so our feet are now, so see how this is going to sit, and these feet will hang over the edge of your shelf. Or your book, stack of books, or, you know, whatever it is. And then our little nose. Okay. Oh, shoot. We got to do our whiskers. I forgot about that. Let's cut this. Let's see. Am I going to have enough? How long did I do that? I don't know that I'm going to have enough with this. I might have to pull out another piece. No. So let's do this. Need one more. Extra little 3D whiskers are optional. You have little whiskers on here. Come on. Y'all so shaky. Oh, come on. Okay, let's do the little twinkles. And our cat will be done. Oh, my little twinkles look terrible. Little twinkles. Let's do our flower on the other side. Right there. I think our cat looks adorable. Absolutely the cutest. The eyes could be better. All right, let's turn this glue off. Let me take a picture of our cat on our shelf. So cute. It's the cutest. As scared as I was to figure it out, I think it turned out precious. OMG. You guys. Look at our cats. So here's our dog that we did. Our little dog. Okay, and here's our little cat. They are just so adorable. So we did our dog first. And then we did our little kitty cat. I think they are super duper cute. Our dog does not come with the little spots like this. I drew them with the pencil. We painted it with paint. We did all the things. I'll show you how it comes. There's also a bunny version of the little shelf setter. But your cat comes blank. Like this. And then your dog comes blank like this one. So we got our cat, our dog. Try to set them beside each other. This is how your dog comes. Just so you can kind of see how the two look. We just drew on our little spots. And I think it turned out cute. So this is the dog shelf setter. This is the cat shelf setter. And then there is a bunny also. And if you want to go check these out, you can, if you're on Facebook, you can comment the word shelf. If you are on YouTube, the description has the link in it. And I'll post pictures in the shop on the product listing so you can see these. But this is what we did today. So this is our project. Tomorrow is Thursday. And it is Whatnot. Whatnot is tomorrow evening at 6 p.m. And it's our first show. So we're going to be doing that. If I can come on earlier tomorrow, I wanted to do a glass project. There's some YouTube people who have reached out and asked if we would do a live tutorial on YouTube, because a lot of those people came to my channel from our crushed glass projects. So we are going to probably do a glass, like a sun catcher, on either Thursday or Friday. That's the plan. And we'll also do it on Facebook too. So if we don't do it tomorrow, we will do it on Friday. And that's the goal for Friday, is to do that. Tomorrow, if we don't do one of those, we might do some. I'm looking over at my wall of stuff and I'm going, okay, what would we do tomorrow? The other thing that I have that is new, that's kind of Eastery, is we have these little framed bunnies. They're like really simple. We could maybe do these tomorrow. These are new. And you do get these little inner pieces that go to the frames, but these are freestanding little, I just called them like freestanding frame bunnies, but they're like peep shapes. So somebody asked for peeps for Easter, and I'm like, this is what I came up with. So this is, you have 3 of them. They will stand on their own, and you can, do whatever you want to with them. And then you can craft with these. These are just the inner pieces that come with it. And so you can just pop them out, craft with them however you like. And you'll also have these in addition. Like you could do something completely, you could put these together and make them stand up. Like these would all stand up too if you glued them like that. Do a little bunny family. So we do have this that we could do tomorrow that would be kind of quick and easy. These would be a lot of fun. These would also be really cool if you put glass and resin in these. Just saying. So I'm not really sure what we're going to do tomorrow, but I do know that our Whatnot show is at 6 p.m. So I want to make sure that we are able to be in that room and have everything. So by 5 o'clock, I want to make sure that I am able to dedicate an entire hour before we do our show to any like troubleshooting and stuff like that we need to come up with, you know, fixing or whatever it might be. So, let's see. If you're on Facebook, comment the word shelf and you can go check out our shelf hugger collection. We have a bunch of these. There's a leprechaun. There's a duck. There's more coming. They have to cut. I sent them to the machine. There is a like a cutesy little duck. There is also a bee. There's a bee shelf hugger coming. And what else? There's a bee shelf hugger and a duck shelf hugger. I think that might be all that's on that file. Some of these are requests that people have given us. And so I just kind of came up with certain things, but I can't even think straight. So I'm ready to go home and enjoy my evening. And I hope that you guys enjoy your evening too. Don't forget that tonight starts our end of the month sale. So we try to do that either, 2 days, sometimes it's 3 days, sometimes it's a 1 day. Our February is the Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So it's Thursday, the 26th, the 27th, and 28th. So Thursday, Friday, Saturday is a 3-day sale, and I will have a sales page where you can go see what that looks like. We have an end of the month page that we use over and over. And so if you want to hold your cart until tomorrow, you might be able to save some money on some of these kits. And yeah, so a cow would be cute. I do have some other ideas. I haven't gotten to all of them. I have just a list of things. Some of them are made by Lucky Hearts, and some of them I have found, like these are not Lucky Hearts. These came from someone else, and they were shelf sitters. They had a stand, and I took the stand off and made them a hugger, shelf hugger. So these did not, the file did not come this way. I modified it. It took me a while to figure out like how to do that to make them sit on a shelf and not fall over. So if I can find some other things that I can modify to be a shelf hugger, I will totally do that. And until then, we're just going to go and add to our little collection here and there. So hopefully you guys enjoy your evening. Thank you for being here. Remember, tomorrow is our end of the month. And then Whatnot. Our Whatnot show is tomorrow as well. So y'all enjoy your night, and I will see you guys next